Tor is an archaic music originating in an ancient practice of worshipping the earth, mountains, rivers, and their respective guardian spirits by resembling the sounds unnatural for human beings. This emulation of the nature's sounds paved the way for ultimate ascendance of music. Let us now hear from Nanzat, an elder of the Mongolian Uryankhai ethnic group. Legend says that Tor replicate the sounds of the waterfall and streams of the mountainous Aving River, stemming from a glacier on the snow-capped summit of the Altai Range, producing majestic sounds, different from near and far, and different when abundant with water and when water is scarce. Tor is a vertical, pipe-shaped wooden wind instrument with 3 holes acting as finger buttons. Despite the visible simplicity in shape, it is the masterpiece of Mongolian musical heritage, reflecting the centuries-old tradition of creativity and ingenuity. With its 3 holes, however simple it might seem, Tor performance conveys the magnificence of nature, its mountains, rivers, and its wildlife, rivaling the modern chromatic pipe instruments. The true wonder of Tor is that it has a unique timbre inexistent in any other wooden wind instrument, as it is performed by touching the mouthpiece of a pipe with one front teeth, creating a clear and gentle whistling sound, and simultaneously applying one's throat burden, producing a drone bass at the same time. Tor was initially made from a simple trunk of a plant stock. This ancient method made the earliest Tor easy to produce, but also easily breakable, perhaps lasting a day at most. Hence emerged a need to manufacture stronger and longer-lasting instruments, ready to perform during any season has emerged. Nowadays, Tor is made of a branch of a large tree or a trunk of a wide bush, split along the length and carved with cavity inside. Then the 2 parts joined and glued together, thus creating a pipe. In order to firmly attach the 2 pieces together, a more sophisticated technology is applied, such as putting the pipe inside a thin skin of a sheep's or antelope's esophagus. These are the melodies reminiscent of the majesty of mountains, beauty of rivers, relations between a human and a nature, sounds of a local flora and fauna, and most importantly, which can only be emulated by Tor performing. The traditional Tor repertoire reflects the human being's search for one's innermost feelings or one's quest for relating to the nature. Being one of the progenitors of wooden wind music, the Mongolian tour has carried its antique shape, performing methods, techniques, traditional repertoire, and specific school of performance well into the advent of the 21st century, preserved only among a few people of the Mongolian Uryankhai descent in Altai region. The Mongolian Uryankhai subethnic group of the Altai region resides in the far western frontier of Mongolia, constituting the majority of the population in Dot and Munkhaikhun counties of Hovd province, as well as living in smaller groups in Boyant, Altai, Bolgun, Altyn Tsukts counties of Bayingölge province. According to the eyewitness of the local elders, up until the 1950s, every Uryankhai family has had a tour of its own, and a vast majority of Uryankhai Mongolian men could play tour. Unfortunately, as a consequence of the brief historical period spanning over the last 6 decades, which saw the negligence and animosity toward everything related to national heritage, folk customs, indigenous culture and religious faith, the tour tradition has faded, leaving the locals with no tour performer and no families possessing a tour. The last prominent tour performer was the late Pare Narntsukt of Tsagantuk clan, resident of the Dot County, Hovd province. A 5th generation tour performer, he passed away in 2003, aged 81, leaving the tradition of conveying the magnificence of the Altai Mountains and beauty of its rivers through the sounds of tour at the brink of extinction. To become a performer of a wooden tour, one needs talent to be born with and years of dedicated training. Due to its specific technique of blending the vocal and instrumental sounds, not everyone can master this music. Instead, one needs to spend years patiently by following the tour, and only then can be considered a performer. The fact that the late Narntsukt was able to pass the techniques of tour, crafting, and performing to his offsprings and apprentices while he was alive was an important event that has shed hope in preserving and developing this rare form of performing art. One of them is Boyindilgring Narambat. He is the grandson of the late Narntsukt and grew up learning not only the tales and legends about Tsor from his grandfather, but also made his first steps to inherit his performing skills. It is therefore a vital goal to start without delay the task of safeguarding, studying, promoting, documenting, and transferring to upcoming generations of this vulnerable cultural heritage, pursuant to the 2002 UNESCO Universal Declaration on Cultural Diversity and the 2003 International Convention for the Safeguarding of Intangible Cultural Heritage.